Yo, check. 1 2 1 2. Vader Games in the building. You know what it is. Another episode. This one's an episode of 115. One question, 15 minutes. And I did put that on the screen. I should put that on the screen. But if you've been here before, you know what it is. If you haven't, thank you for tuning in, seeing what it's all about. I'm Vader Games. Yes, full disclaimer, full transparency. I'm a Manchester City fan, if you can tell by the intro. All right. Yes, and I'm going to be talking about FSG, and I'm going to be talking about what they happen to be doing in the Prem and for football. And I want to bring some balance. I am never, I repeat, I am never devil's advocate. Never. You won't catch me. Listen, I'll be an advocate for, you know what I mean? But I will never be a devil's advocate. I will, however, give my point of view, and it's not always slanted from a rival standpoint. It's not slanted from I hate all these opposing clubs. I can take a step back. I can look and see and give appreciation, give hate when needed. And today, for as much as I've been trying to just stay in the mix, stay on the sidelines, watch, observe, I got to chime in on this one. And I got to chime in. And let me be consistent with this show in particular, the 115, one question, 15 minutes. So I'm going to make sure that I put that on screen so that everything is calm and collected. So one question, 15 minutes. Got to reset this. Let me reset this timer, get everything on point. And what I do every show, first things first, my peoples come first. My people, those that are here, those are no longer here, always thought of, always remembered. All right, 115. So that is 900 seconds. Let's reset that. Let's put that on screen. And let's go. So this is going to be a short show. This is just going to be my 2 cents. You can see right here the man of the hour, the man of the day, news being dropped on a Friday. Listen, those of you that live in the world of marketing or PR, there's days when you drop stories because you obviously want the momentum if you can control it. Sometimes news just spills, details spill out, and you can't prevent it. Liverpool in particular made sure to drop this news on a Friday, right? The news cycle on a Friday is the shortest of them all because it leads into the weekend. If you want a story to have momentum and continue on, you drop that on a Monday. But this news is dropped on a Friday, kind of like business as usual from an FSG standpoint. And I'm going to speak on all that. I'm going to make sure I get the clock going. If you haven't, please hit that like button. If you want to be a part of the show, be in the comments. Respectful as always, and I will bring you and make you part of the show. But one question, 15 minutes, 115. Let me get the start. Let me get the clock going, and let me do this properly. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Let me do this. All right, here we go. Vader game. Now, okay, listen, I'm going to be talking to Liverpool fans. Actually, I'm going to be talking to all fans. Because what's clear is us as fans, short for fanatic, we don't need to show any logic, right? We can just be all about emotion. We can just be all about our wants. But we understand that this is a sport. We understand that this is a business. Some want to compete. Some want to be entertained. All those things. So there's a certain level of management that's required, right? There's a certain level of strategy that's required. And I, for one, this season have seen how the Manchester City fan base have reacted to, quote unquote, the owners or the board, right? The decision makers over at the club, and have questioned many things, as successful as we've been. And obviously you can have that model. We've seen other sport models, right? We can look at, if we want to just look at clubs in themselves, we can look at the Chelsea model under Abramovich. We can look at the United model under the Glazers, and as of late, right? There's the manager, there's the owner that you can look at. And shout out to those of you in the comments. I will shout you out. Thank you for being a part of the show. So you can look and see that credit can be given and people can be discredited of what happens. FSG is where I try to bring some balance. And listen, I've got a series of other topics that I want to go through on the 115 on future shows, right? I'll lean this way so you can get a chance to see that, right? Why United fans ran De Gea out for Onana. That's gonna be jokes. That's gonna be jokes to talk about on a future show. Why Pep's first 8 years in the Prem, greatest ever, right? Why Arteta's UCL wins are confusing, right? Confuses Arteta haters, Arteta outs. And then obviously the other topics. But I'm going to be talking about FSG. And I get labeled wrongfully, in my opinion, to be a gaslighter, to just be a contrarian. But it's not true. I actually kind of I look at the facts and I look at results. Can't help but look at, the business of sport and not have to give credit with regards to results. If you happen to be a fan that want to discredit the credit by saying lucky, by saying fortunate, by saying everyone fell off, okay, you can do all that. But to be able to win trophies on the regular, to be able to now win a Prem twice in 5 years, you come across very, very inconsistent, very unbalanced, very emotional to say that this was luck, right? Or how some want to talk about not looking to be competitive all the time. Well, you're constantly winning trophies. If you're constantly in the mix, in finals, if you're winning the Prem 2 and 5 years, if you happen to be losing to only a club like Manchester City when it comes down to Prems, if you're only losing to a Real Madrid when it comes to Champions League, how do you then say FSG, Liverpool aren't serious about winning? But I want to point this out. This Mo Salah news, it hurts. It hurts. Because let's be real, Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, they are the best in their position in the world right now. All right, you can split hairs, you can go back and forth who are slightly better, right? But we know that they are amongst the best. And for Liverpool to secure that talent, for Liverpool to secure that winning ability that those two players have, does not make Liverpool any easier to beat. And it actually strengthens their position to possibly repeat next season. I think I may have mentioned it in the description of this video, but FSG, they strategically chose to play these players with regards to contracts the way they did, right? And I'm going to give you my side of things, and I'm going to get to the comments. I'm going to give you my side of things. When you have players in the latter stages of their career, it would actually benefit you to maybe delay on how quickly you secure them and how large of a contract in terms of length, even payout that you give them. FSG took a chance strategically to delay or to postpone or to wait to see how things play out, right? Because they had a unexpected departure of a great manager in Jurgen Klopp. Unexpected. And in turn, maybe things play out if Klopp was here in these contracts. But to say we're going to wait and assess the manager with his first year, we're going to wait and assess how these players play under said manager before we make any long-term decisions. It makes sense. Liverpool fans are losing their minds. Sign it now. Which organization are going to have 3 of their best stars not under contract? Well, they gambled. And if you come out with the Prem, that gamble benefits them. Credit to them to how they played it out. It's risky, 100%. But it's delivered. It's delivered in a Prem. It's also, regardless of when you wanted these players signed, right? Because obviously every Liverpool fan would want these players signed yesterday. They would want them signed way, way back. Secure them up 3, 4, 5 years. Just lock it. No, FSG. Wait to see how Mo Salah played out. Deservingly so. I've seen it often as a North American myself. I know how players play in that contract year. I know how motivated they are, and I think FSG took the right gamble. It paid dividends because they're now with another prem. They have a player who has a chance to break a ridiculous record, or set a standard, set a record in the prem that we haven't seen before. And they're also securing a Van Dijk. Yes, now they have lost a Trent Alexander. And on another show, on a previous show, I talked about how Trent kind of destroyed the myth of Liverpool and Anfield and even the loyalty of a Scouser with regards to all things. But Trent is Trent. What FSG were able to do in terms of getting Arne Slot, fans are going to discredit. They lucked into Slot. Okay, they assessed, they picked him. They're gonna say, oh, they happen to have Mo Salah who wants to remain. They had to convince him. There had to be some negotiations. You got to give credit to FSG with regards to that. And the reason why I also emphasize on why I made this thumbnail and I want to say why FSG are great for football is because it's a different model, right? It's a different way to go about it. Every fan's going to want them to just splash cash all the time. But if you really take a step back and you see where they've invested, where they've sold and reinvested, I don't know how you knock it. I don't know how you knock FSG, especially you Liverpool fans who are quick, are always ready to say Manchester City are cheaters. Manchester City are the anomaly. Manchester City, they don't really count. They're a cheat code. If you say all of that, and you want to discredit what City are, and you want to say that we're cheats, then look at what FSG would have won in the model that they have. I don't know how you talk out of both sides of your mouth. I think FSG are good for football because they approach the game in a different way. You don't like the bean counting. You don't like their efficiency. Okay, but who else is better? And when I say who else is better, don't mention Manchester City. Who is better than FSG? And since FSG have come to Liverpool, they've turned the club around. The club weren't winning prems. They're now about to win their second. The club weren't really winning trophies like that, and they've won how many FAs now? How many League Cups? Like, they've been doing that. So I don't get it. I kind of do get it because I get the immaturity of some of the fan base and not recognizing, how difficult it is to win in the sport. I also find it comical for the Liverpool fans that do want to, they do want to crap on Manchester City, but then they want to use the fact that FSG Liverpool lose to Manchester City as a knock against Liverpool. Like, what I mean? It's crazy to me. And every fan base obviously want more. Oh, they should have bought this other player. They should have bought that other player. Look at what they're doing this season. The Mo Salah drama, is only from a timing standpoint. That's really all that it is. Liverpool fans just wanted this deal done sooner. The deal got done, right? And I can also see why, if Liverpool always knew this deal was getting done, or if this deal was done for a long time and they held off on the news, because that's a real possibility. They may have already had Van Dijk and Mo Salah locked up. Everything's signed off, everything's calm, and they were trying to do their very best to secure the now traitor, the now snake, and Trent Alexander, and try to just have the trilogy, like all three of them announced in a big open bus parade and all that kind of stuff. They may have been doing all of that stuff behind the scenes. We won't ever know. And you can be a part of the show if you happen to disagree. You think I'm on point. Let me know in the comments. But I think what FSG were able to do in this climate of football, this level of consistency, not dropping a beat when losing a Jurgen Klopp, it deserves credit. And securing a superstar in Mo Salah who can go anywhere. He can go Saudi and get the bag, right? He can be enticed to go at another club and be such a huge name be in the news everywhere. The Mo Salah leaving Liverpool and all of that momentum, all of those clicks, interactions, that'd be insane. The drama would be there, just like it was for Trent a couple, maybe a couple weeks back. But I don't get how you hate on FSG. I don't get that when they've now secured you Mo Salah and Van Dijk. Shout out to Godfrey in the building. I got a shout out the very first in the comments. Godfrey happens to say, "Big up, Vader. Hope you're well, sir." Listen, Godfrey, I'm all right. I'm not as good as you right now. You know what I mean? You slapping up Real Madrid. You're looking comfortable to be in the semifinals for Champions League. Looking comfortable. Probably going to be a fun week, regardless of the result. Regardless of the result in the Prem, fun week. You're going into a Champions League where it's history making, and to be a part of that, to witness that is huge. So thanks for being a part of the show. Hopefully you've hit that like button. Everybody in the comments, everybody on the show, hit that like button. But I want to point out something. This imagery of Mo Salah sitting looks like on, is that like a king's throne right there? Let me show you something. Let me show you something. What are they trying to say? Is Mo the? Are they trying to? Mo's not the GOAT of the Prem. He's not the GOAT. They call him. He is he. Does he have the? Does he have the title of King of Egypt? Is he the King of Egypt? I'll make sure to. I gotta ask Mo. I gotta ask Staffy this. Is Mo considered the King of Egypt? Like, what's the imagery here? He can't be the King of Liverpool. He hasn't surpassed Stevie G, right? He has not surpassed Steven Gerrard. Am I wrong? Maybe he does if he remains, because he's going to be here another 2 years, so 2026, 2025. I think even the most incredible seasons that he could have, I think he'll still end up second in terms of goals. Actually, you know what? Let me break this down, because I think this is interesting. Because when I first saw this, I thought, I couldn't help but think of Trent. I couldn't help but think of Trent. And tell me if I'm wrong, okay? So we're gonna go right to the beginning. I couldn't help but think of Trent. And YouTube, there's no audio, no copy strike. This is for breaking down, analyzing purposes only. But I thought that this signing reveal was interesting. All right. I thought that they have him, and this isn't done the night before. There's production required, right? And this level of production, editing, even just how they would have to storyboard this takes a while, because it's got to get in front of Salah's people. It's got to be organized with regards to the stadium and all that stuff. This isn't an overnight. This is something they had canned for a while, right? So I think there's a lot of truth with regards to FSG having this all lined up, all sealed up, and working behind the scenes to possibly have all three, the three musketeers, right? The three amigos revealed at the same time. Trent ruined all of that. So I couldn't help but think of Trent when I saw this announcement. So see it play out. The fact that this is Anfield, right? And it's funny because you got Trent Alexander, a Scouser, who said, or who told Liverpool fans, and in my opinion, he lied to Liverpool fans, saying that it meant more, right? And it should mean more if you're a Scouser in Liverpool playing for them. But this imagery right here, this is Anfield, and Mo saying, "I love being here." Like, so much of this was like, I don't want to say damage control, but what Trent did was very damaging to the Liverpool Anfield like myth, right? The love that one's supposed to have for a club. And I thought that when I'm watching this, I was like, you know what? Mo Mo is going to not rebrand, but Mo's going to try and here he can strengthen that image or that belief again, right? So him saying I love, I love being here is what Mo has to say. I have my best years in my career here. That I think those words are going to ring true to Trent as well, but Trent won't know this until after the fact. And the fact that Trent left, like from a legacy standpoint, Liverpool standpoint, Mo has just made his Liverpool legacy like cemented. Had he left, it would have been like sour taste. Maybe most people would have been upset with FSG than they would be with Mo. But Mo actually said he wanted to be here. Van Dijk has done the same. Trent hasn't. So these words from Mo, you know what? I think they're trying to say is he the king of Liverpool? In the comments, let me know. Do you think this imagery is to say he's the king of Liverpool, like he's surpassed Gerrard, or is this to say he's the king of the Prem? Because he can't be king of the Prem. If he is the king of the Prem, is he not the king of Liverpool? What am I missing something here? Am I doing too much, you think? Abdallah in the building, good looking out. He goes, what's up, Vader? Hope you're good. Or hope you're well. I'm well, man. I hope you are too, man. Keep representing. Deal with HH over there. Deal with that guy. I think it's going to be an interesting battle to close out the season. City and Chelsea. Oh, Abdallah, Salah is clear of Slippy G. I don't know. I got to pose this question. Because if you guys know, with regards to movies, commercials, nothing is done by accident. Things are purpose. Things are on purpose. And when you have a director, when you have someone that's even with regards to these, there's a director. There's a person with a vision. None of these shots, angles, imagery, things in the camera shot are by accident. They're not by accident. So I'm asking the question here. Is this to say that he has become the king of Liverpool? Can't be the Prem. Actually, well, if he's nah, it can't be the Prem. I think this is to say he is the king of Liverpool. Him signing on, remaining here, and obviously for what he's delivered, don't kill me, Liverpool fans, but he's delivered what Steven Gerrard was not able to do, and he's done it twice. I think this is imagery to say that Mo Salah is the king of Liverpool. Mo walking out. This is Anfield again. He's walking out alone, though. He's walking out alone. Does that mean something? Nah. That doesn't. Nah. It can't mean something. They show Mo being celebrated by the fans. I'm enjoying my life here. I'm enjoying my football. I think these are all subliminals to Trent. I can't lie. I'm enjoying my life here. I'm enjoying my football. This is crazy. This is damage control for what Trent did to Liverpool. Abdallah says it doesn't mean anything. Nah, the images are purposeful. They're not done by accident. That chair is saying something. Maybe whether we need to listen to it outside of Liverpool, maybe not. But that imagery, what they're showing is for Liverpool. Like the prime audience is for Liverpool fans. It's telling them something. We better get our act together this summer. Abdallah, listen. We have to. Liverpool repeating as champions back to back. We can't have that happen. Oh, and we got to get our act together. If Liverpool, because we got Liverpool winning the Prem, potentially, hear me out. Potentially, Arsenal are winning the UCL. If Arsenal play like they did versus Real Madrid, if Arsenal play like they did versus Real Madrid on that first leg, they're winning the UCL. Come on. So yeah, we got to get our act together. You're absolutely right. Right in the building, he goes, they run the club well, but they only care about top four. Let's be fair. That can't Andrew. That's not true. You can't say that they only care about top four when they're about to deliver you another prem. You don't deliver prems when you only care about the top four. You do what Spurs do if you only care about top four. That's you're discrediting FSG way too much, man. They're giving you a second prem. They're can't do that. Can't do that. I trust Viana. Yeah, I do as well. The fact that he's sticking around, that he's working closely with Tiki as well, I like that. Yeah, they'll do what's required. I agree. Godfrey, what do you disagree with? What do you disagree with? Be specific. Andrew goes, so you're telling me they saw City and Arsenal falling off? No, I'm not saying that they saw City and Arsenal falling off. However, them about to get around 90 points this season, them getting about 90 points this season has nothing to do with us falling off. They were still going to be a club to compete for the title, right? They were still going to be that club. So I can't say that they only care about top four. Last season, they obviously had an off year. Look, City are having an off year. Though when clubs have an off year, that's not to say that they are not committed towards winning. Sometimes decisions go wrong. Sometimes players' injuries happen. Sometimes the other club on the other side of the pitch are better than you. I can't say that. I don't think you target top four and happen to stumble into winning a prem. I don't. And when you secure, right? I mean, your last name's right, but right now you're wrong. When you secure the talent of a Van Dijk and Salah, when you retain that, that's not for top four aspirations. That level of quality in your club is beyond that, because they could easily look to just flip these players and get quote unquote lesser talent that could keep them in a top four contention. But listen, Abdallah doesn't agree with me thinking that these are some subliminals to Trent, but I think they're damage control for what Trent did to FSG, what he did to Liverpool on his exit. But Mo says he's enjoying he's walking out alone. See, it says, look at this. Look at this. Because we know that is saying, oh, actually, you guys don't see it on screen because I cropped it. My bad. Let me do this. So the hallway that Mo's walking in, you don't see it on top or bottom, but it's to say you will never walk alone. But he's walking out alone. He's walking out alone. What's Abdallah saying over here? Gerrard will never be touched by Salah or anyone. Right? Your beat. Right? Come on, man. Come on. Never. Gerrard will never. Come on, man. You can't believe that. Look at what Mo Salah's given you. Can't say that. Can't say. Abdallah, I reckon Liverpool will get Kirkez, Joyson, Frimpong, a striker, and if they do that, listen, they're favorites. They get all that talent, Abdallah, they're favorites. Absolutely, they're favorites if they get all that talent. Abdallah wants to go on to say, Godfrey, they are cheap and unambitious. Nah, man, nah. You don't secure Van Dijk and Salah if you're not ambitious, guys. They let those players go. Come on. Godfrey, Vader, why do Liverpool not fine-tune their squad on a regular basis? They only go for the odd big signing here and there. Liverpool could have been dominating. I think you getting players in and out isn't an easy thing to do. I mean, we've seen that at City. if you make an error on a player, it's not easy to get them out the door. It's not, you send them on loan, that still incurs a cost. That still requires you to try and do right by the next player. I'd have to say, when you have an excellent spine that Liverpool had, Godfrey. So if you think about what they did at keeper, the consistency that they had defense, mind you, they went big 2 seasons ago with regards to attacking players, and you look at what they did a season ago with their midfield. I know, yes, Szoboszlai is not that player. McAllister was, I think, really good last season, decent this season. You got Gravenberch, who wasn't really good last season, but is good this season. I think it's being overly harsh and critical. Like, you're not gonna get the signings. You're not gonna get the best signings at every position. Like, you'd be flawless. You'd be perfect for that. But do they do enough? The funny thing, Godfrey, is every fan base argues that their owners don't do enough. I'm sure you've heard it over there at Arsenal. Liverpool fans say it. City fans say it. Chelsea fans say it. It's not that easy, man. It really isn't that easy. Yeah, I gotta disagree. I think it's just, when they missed, they can't quite turn it around as quickly, and it's part of the sport business. You also go, the board are not doing enough for the club and fans. I think if any fan base that expects, because I had this conversation, I forget where I was, but I was saying, like, I think it was on Sarcasm City TV. I said, if my club was giving me yeah. You know why? Because Liverpool fan Barnes, I was talking to, and he was saying he wants a Prem every 2-3 years. I'm like, that's greedy. That's greedy. Realistically, I said, if my club was able to give me a Prem every 4, you know how mad that is? A Prem every 4 years? What happened under Pep ain't normal. It's not normal. What happens over at Bayern's not normal. What Juventus were doing, that wasn't normal. Having a league title once in 5 years and you're challenging within those 5, it's damn good. It's damn good. To say that they don't do enough, I get it. As a fan base, you always want more, but I think it's overly harsh. I think it's overly harsh. Right has to say, I look at finals and big games in knockout, and Salah goes missing. I want to see what Salah does. He didn't do anything in Newcastle or PSG. I hear it. I hear it. I hear it. If that's the that's the distinction in terms of, you know what, on a regular basis you kind of get this from said player, and when it comes down to big moments, if you still get the levels that you were getting from Gerrard, you don't see that in Salah. I get it, and I'm not mad at the opinion. I'm not mad. I will give FSG a chance in the summer. We need 2 creators to replace Trent and Salah if Salah gets shut down. We're going to give them the summer. All right. Right. I'll give you. You got the summer. Godfrey goes, Pep is just insane. 6 Prem and 7. Like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. 6 and 7 is crazy. I'm not expecting that. Listen, Godfrey, if I gotta fall back, I still gotta talk my chat. I'm gonna do my best impersonation. No disrespect, Godfrey, but I'll do my best impersonation of Arsenal, Liverpool, United fans. Talk about my glory days, right? Talk about the 6 and 7. I'll do that while maybe winning 1 and 4, 1 and 5. If that happens to be and again, I think that's going to be crazy drama. It's going to be excitement to know that many clubs are going to be competing. Obviously, you want your club to win, but it's going to be great drama if that happens to be the case. Was 80s Liverpool 13 titles and United dominating was crazy. Listen, And any fan that wants, right, that wants the glory days of Liverpool, or want the glory days of United, or even a City fan wanting the glory days of what City done. Arsenal's glory days was still not back to back league titles, but they were very dominant as well. Even with regards to Chelsea, kind of Chelsea had that like very dangerous 4 years, I believe. If any fans want to be like the glory days, I want that on the reg. Crazy. That ain't football. That's not what it's about. But it's going to be highly competitive. It's going to be entertaining, and it's going to have all of us, jostling and fighting for position. It's going to be great stuff. Let me also try to finish out this video because I think the imagery is great here. So Mo walking through the tunnel that says "You will never walk alone." On the side of him, comes into the stadium. My family also feel at home. His family feels at home at Anfield in Liverpool. Mo obviously praying after a goal. He's in great shape. There's no denying that. I'm not doing full screen here because it's gonna. I just don't want to get any copyright strikes. But we know he's in great shape. He's walking out. I think again they keep showing you this. Why are they showing you this? We enjoy every moment in the city and every moment in the club. These are shots at Trent. This is damage control for what Trent's done. Salah. Showing the badge. Cheering, looking over a stadium. It's a special moment always when we play in Anfield. Guys, this is damage control for what Trent did. This is damage control for how Trent snaked Liverpool. Leaving on a free, pocketing that 30 mil signing on bonus, right? That's just going straight into his pockets. Him and his brother cashing out 30 mil. Boom. Easy. And that's because, to leave on the free, there's no transfer fee that Real Madrid have, but Real Madrid now have the money that goes, bam, into Trent's pockets. This is damage control. Liverpool, FSG know what they're doing. They're like, look, Trent's damaged the brand. Trent's damaged what it meant to be a Scouser playing for Liverpool, what Anfield was all about. The love, the family, all those things Mo Salah is talking about. He's re-emphasizing. He's putting it back in front of your faces to say the difference, why it's special. Because Trent crapped all over that. And some Liverpool fans were talking about ambition, right? Like we get why, we get the ambition, we get why you want to leave Liverpool. What? So you got Mo Salah doing damage control right here. And I think it's very purposeful. This isn't by accident. Don't think that anything. I mean, content creators is different, right? We live in a world where we're making the content ourselves. Some of us aren't, trained in terms of, directing and things of that nature. But I will tell you, there is not when you see directors do this, when you see directors do that, everything in that frame is by design. It's by design. There's imagery for a reason. And this whole reveal is not by accident. It is Trent Alexander damage control. Reminding Liverpool fans, reminding the Scousers that felt hurt for what Trent did on why it's still special. Let me go to the comments real quick. Right goes, Trent hasn't signed yet. He could change his mind. Ooh, right. I hope you're right on that one. Right? I hope you're right on that one. If he changes his mind, if he changes his mind, again, you got to talk to FSG. You got to give right? Don't be wrong on this one. You got to give credit to FSG if Trent changes his mind. All right, because they would have secured Trent, they would have secured Van Dijk and Mo Salah. You have to give FSG credit on that one. He could still change his mind. Now, changing his mind or not, this is still damage control for what's kind of leaked out. This is for things that are perceived to be why Trent's leaving. This is some damage control on that one. Whether he changes his mind or not. Oh, I missed this one. He goes, Klopp didn't leave Trent. Oh, if Klopp didn't leave, Trent stays, in my opinion. Klopp defended him all the time. He did. Klopp defended him. Y'all defended him when he was caught out of position, when he was kind of like just jogging back after getting beat defensively. Yes, he could spray a beautiful pass. Yes, he could strike the ball like very rare players have ever done. But when it came down to defending him defensively, y'all, Klopp, y'all were great. Y'all were world class. Kyle Walker defenders at his peak. That's how you guys were dealing with Trent and when he had his deficiencies. Godfrey goes, Andrew, do you think Konate deserves 200? Ooh, that's a tough question. We're not going to replace Konate, so yes. You would. What? See, right, when you say that, you always do go out and do replace your players. Now, maybe it's not what you wanted instantly, but you do replace. Like, listen, you've had Fabinho. I know not instantly replaced, but you've now got a quality in Gravenberch. You lose the likes of a Jordan Henderson, or you lose the likes of Wijnaldum. You lose the likes of even Thiago, who wasn't very healthy for you guys. But look, you got McAllister right now. First year better, Szoboszlai this year not so great. You guys just don't do it as quickly, but I think you do replace your players. Godfrey goes, apparently Salah had to decrease his wages. That means they would have let him go for free. No, not necessarily. So he reduced he's reduced his wages from what he's currently getting, or he reduced the wages that he was negotiating for. Clear that up for me, please. That means none wanted him, Godfrey. I don't know. No, people wanted him. Whether they could afford him is a different story. So I think this is damage control for Trent's indecision. All right, for just with regards to Wright, for Trent's indecision, I think this is what the damage control is. Speaking to Liverpool fans, speaking to Scousers. Look, they're showing at night an overview of playing at Anfield. There is no place like that. Mo is saying there's no place like that. And possibly Trent's about to leave. This is damage control. The warmth you feel inside. What? Okay, now he's getting a little too emotional here. I don't know. Liverpool fans, let me know if this rings true to you. The song before the game. Oh, I mean, the song before the game is a good song. It's been exposed. You guys do play speakers during the case of the song. All right. And to get his players prepared for the Anfield atmosphere, Mikel Arteta used speakers as well to get his Arsenal players prepared for Anfield. The song before the game, Mo walking out. Everything about it. Everything about it. Every moment you score a goal and they sing my song. It's something special. It's something special to play. Mo's reminding you guys. Bun what Trent had to say. It's special to be at Anfield. It's special to be at Liverpool. Right? He's saying, listen. And he's sitting. No, the fact that he's sitting on this type of. This is a throne-like chair. Look at this. And then he takes a moment, leans forward, leans into it, and the story will continue. Liverpool fans should be happy. Don't be discrediting FSG. They got this deal done. They've had it done for a while because you don't do something like this overnight. That required some planning, that required timing, substantial timing. So they sat on this for a while. Right goes, maybe they re-signed him so they can resell him low risk. If he did that, that's even better than what Trent did, because then the club can recoup some money. Means more for him to do that. But this story is going to continue, and the story is going to continue with Mo Salah, is going to continue with Van Dijk. Wright said maybe Trent might change his mind, so it may continue with all three of them, and that would be tough for all those FSG haters. It would be tough for anyone competing against Liverpool, because a talent of those three is going to be hard to deal with. I can't lie to you. I didn't like that Mo has signed. I can't like it. He's going to remain in the league. He's going to torment us again. At least playing him twice in a league game. Yeah, but Mo Salah signing on, great news for Liverpool fans, terrible news for rivals. Great news for FSG supporters, terrible news for FSG haters. And we'll have to see. I think FSG are great for football because they have a different sport business model. I think they show a level of different in strategy. Their efficiency is unmatched. It's unmatched because look at what they've been able to do. Yes, they have high salary, high wages, but with what they do in the transfer window, they're very efficient. You can't give it up to that. Andrew wants to make sure that if Trent does go, that they go and get another creator, and I'm not mad at that. A creator from that position, no, but they should be looking to get another creator nonetheless. This is my latest video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've dropped that like button. Thank you for being in the comments, because you're there, you're with me. And again, I like to share my point of view. I'm not trying to change yours, but if you happen to see some points that make sense, thank you. I read your comments, and as you guys share with me, I do take your points into account. And you kind of swayed me a little bit. I see that take. I see that understanding. Why FSG are great for football. I talked about it. 15 minutes, 115, one question, 15 minutes. I'm Vader Games. This is Vader Games TV. Do not miss out on my next show. My next show has to be CIA. I got to do CIA next. Let me work on getting a panelist together, because I want to tackle the questioning of the manager, questioning the board, the confidence that we have of our current players, and our expectations to close out the season. I want to discuss all that with an amazing Manchester City panel. So look out for CIA. Everybody in the comments, right? Godfrey, good looking out. Abdallah, he goes, Godfrey goes, what are your thoughts on City putting Udogie on their short list? I want the short list to be as long as possible. I want many options. And I'm actually at a point where I want to trust in availability more than anything else, because I think if Pep is going to have players that are consistently available, then we can do wonders. But I'm not mad at Udogie. Udogie is a short list, and I'm surprised at that. I'm surprised that he would be on our short list. But again, beggars can't be choosers. Please enjoy this outro. Be a part of the next show. Follow me on Twitter X. That's when you'll know. That's where I definitely post and say, here's what to look out for. And I'm going to be doing 115 short videos, generally, depending on how much we interact. I got Why Always Me. I'll discuss a few topics along the way for the show. I might make that, have some guests on that one. I used to. And then CIA is a panel show with other City fans, and we're going to break down. Actually, you know what I'm going to discuss? Godfrey, apologies for this one. And I talked about it a little bit on my last show. But there's a lot of praise on what Rice did in Champions League. Deserving. Absolutely deserving. What he did in those moments, incredible. But I feel like there's a little bit of there's too much gassing of the technique of the free kicks. And I want to discuss that in detail. Maybe that might be a 115. Maybe that might be done on the CIA. But we'll discuss that. I'm not taking away from the moment and what he delivered. Absolutely incredible. But I think we're gassing on the technique a little bit. But I'm Vader Games. Let me shut this down. Last few comments. Godfrey goes, big up, catch you on the next stream. Thank you, Godfrey. Good looking out. And he goes, that's going to be interesting. Yeah, Godfrey, I'm going to give my take. I ain't hating, but I'm going to give my take on why I think we're gassing the free kicks a little bit. Just a little bit. But yeah, good looking out, everybody in the mix. Thank you so very much. I'm Vader Games. Enjoy this outro, and I'm going to catch you on the next one. Bless.